U.S. farmers are regretting their vote for Donald Trump after their business suffers. Womp womp. Since China implemented their tariffs, farmers are suffering because soybean farmers, especially in the Midwest, are not being able to export as much as they're used to. I wonder why. Yet they voted for him anyway. They voted for him about 2 or 3 times, actually. I don't know how you thought voting for him would help you in your business when creating tariffs will probably hurt you. And he's said he's going to do this multiple times. But, another example of Americans thinking that other parts of the world need them the most. Brazil is the #1 soybean import for China. They don't need the U.S. Brazil is steadily increasing the production year after year after year, while the U.S. has remained stagnant. And y'all thought Donald Trump getting in office will help y'all? You put somebody in office who directly hinders your business. I need these people to take a survey so I can understand why they make the decisions that they do. But again, womp womp. You put somebody in office because of reasons, and now you're paying the price because of those same reasons. You just thought they wouldn't affect you.
Guys, Trump has done it. He has brought jobs back to the United States. AM/PM staffing services are hiring farm pickers. You can pick blueberries at their client's farm in Loranger, Louisiana for $11 an hour, 9 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. I tell you what, that's just living the dream. Who doesn't want to work in the fields 10 hours a day for 3 months in the summer in Louisiana? Hell, kids will be out of school soon. Give them something to do during the summer. I hear the kids yearn for the fields. But seriously, who are they going to get to do that? Go out picking blueberries 70 hours a week for $11 an hour. Now, blueberry plants are actually a little bigger than I thought, so I guess you're not bent over the entire time picking them. Honestly, $11 an hour, I hope no one shows up. I hope their farm goes under, because that's absolutely insane.
I've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough of this horse shit. I don't give a shit what kind of law you make. I ain't going to follow it. I ain't paying my taxes this year. I just don't even care. I'm not going to be ruled by tyrants. I'm done. No taxes. I'm not following your goddamn laws that you make that are arbitrary and unconstitutional. I just ain't doing it. I've had fucking enough of your bullshit. Washington State, Oregon, California, kiss my ass. I ain't following no more laws. No more new laws that don't make no sense. Your little snitch line and all your bullshit you got going on, I'm not doing it. I'm not funding your scams and your NGOs and your fucking bullshit. Your wars, your thieving. Yeah, thieving. You loudmouth politicians that don't give a fuck about the common person. I'm done. I've had enough. I am no longer going to participate in your horse shit. And I don't give a fuck what you try to take from me. I come into this world with nothing. I'll go out with nothing. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and fuck off. And on top of that, you best leave me the fuck alone, because you won't like the results if you come out here and try to stomp on my neck. It won't end well. I'm old. And I'm mean as fuck. Leave me alone.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw these videos. So white farmers are outraged that a lot of things are happening to them right now. First, they expected Trump to help their farm, okay, by giving them the grants that they need, like financial aid that they've been getting from the former administration. They're not getting it. Remember, they voted for the immigrants that work at their farms, and now those immigrants are gone. They no longer have farm workers. Now they're also expecting maybe black people come work in their farms, but black folks have refused. They have put out so many signages for that, but nobody is listening to them, right? And they are so outraged that all of this is happening at once. People who voted against their own interests, forgetting the fact that they need farm workers to succeed. They need farm workers to make sure that they have produce. Then the tariff is also hitting them. You guys, it's so much for them right now. It's another FAFO moment. Credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch, then we'll come back with the commentary.
Farmers and ranchers around the country are waiting with bated breath to see if the Trump administration is going to release critically needed funds that were set aside to help farmers and ranchers improve their operations around the country. Hi guys, welcome to the Back 40. My name's Will, and let's talk about it. Recently, I did a video speaking to a young rancher about the many dominoes that have fallen over the last 40 years that have led to rural America, for the most part, voting against its best interest. But I've been waiting to see how our local politicians would respond to the actions of the Trump administration, actions that are critically harming farmers and ranchers in our state. Now, any of you that have watched my videos know that I don't lose my temper very often, but I've got to be honest with you. What I saw today gave me what my grandpa would have called a case of the serious red ass.
But it's all going to work out. Right now, it's a little bit disruptive, but that's what this administration promised whenever they were coming to Washington.
For those of you that don't know, that's Jason Smith, and he's a Republican congressman from the state of Missouri. I guess when you've got a guaranteed government paycheck and 3 squares a day that you know are never going to end, it's easy to lob a turd into another man's punch bowl. Well, Jason, I've got a few things to say to you. When a farmer or rancher is facing the loss of their family farm or ranch because they spent money that the federal government promised that they were going to reimburse, it's all going to work out is not the policy response that they're looking for. Jason, maybe some of you rural Congress people haven't spent enough time in your district lately, because you should know that in rural America, when we make a promise, we do everything to keep it, especially in the farming and ranching industry. And when a farmer plants his crop in the spring, he's asked to sign a contract to buy his seed. He's asked to sign a contract to buy his fertilizer. All throughout the year, he's asked to sign a contract for the inputs he needs to keep pests and weeds out of his crop. And in the end, he's asked to sign a contract to determine what price his commodities will sell for. Over and over again, the American farmer and rancher is asked to sign a piece of paper that requires him or her to keep their word, no matter what. And the consequences? The consequences not only mean the difference between profit and loss, they can mean the difference between keeping or losing your family farm. So my question to any politician right now supporting these policies of the Trump administration is simply this. Why do we as American citizens, especially as farmers and ranchers, have to live by a different set of rules than you do? Why are we asked to keep our commitment and our word when you're not doing the same thing for us? Now, rural America, I want to say something directly to you, and I hope you'll listen with an open mind. As I've said many times before, I'm not asking any of you to admit that you were wrong. I'm just asking you to admit that you were lied to. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again now, rural America. Our focus on the culture wars have led to us not electing politicians that stand up for the best interest of rural America. And it's also prevented us from holding accountable the very politicians like Congressman Smith who made promises to rural America that they're breaking right now as we speak. Fighting the culture wars for the politicians in Washington, D.C., and the crooked televangelists on television all over this country doesn't do a single thing to build a fence on our farms and ranches. It doesn't do a single thing to build a stock tank on our farms and ranches. It doesn't do a single thing to improve the quality of the soil on our farms and ranches. And it doesn't do a single thing to keep our kids at home once they graduate from college to carry on the Lord's work of farming our farms and ranches. Now, rural America, here's your last history lesson for the day. There was a time in this country where the Midwest, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa, all throughout the Midwest, we were a hotbed of liberal, progressive farmer activism in this country. We knew the difference between the gilded tower and the farmhouses and sod houses that we all lived in. We knew who was looking out for us and who was fighting for our best interests. And over time, these culture wars and the lies that we've been told as a result of these culture wars have caused us to lose sight of the issues that are really important to us. And that's fairness in farming and ranching. It's the ability to control, better than we can now, the cost of inputs, the cost of what we sell our products for, and more control over the entire process itself. Many of you probably don't know that farmers used to march in the streets in the cities in Kansas and Missouri and Iowa and Nebraska to stand up against the oligarchies of their day that were forcing them to live like paupers on their own farms. It's time for us to do that again. There's no doubt about it in my mind, and we have to do that together, regardless of political ideology or political persuasion. So now is the time, while tough decisions are being made for us by politicians who intend not to keep their word, for us to make our own tough decisions ourselves. Are we going to put the culture wars behind us and to begin to vote for politicians that understand rural policies and will keep their word when they make a promise to us as farmers and ranchers? I hope so, because without it, it's only going to get worse. And in the end, we're going to have a country whose landscape is covered by corporate farms owned by Big Ag and Wall Street. And my friends, if that happens, the epitaph on the tombstone covering the graves of all of the small farms and ranches in the United States of America will simply read, "You were warned and you chose not to listen." Have a great day.
I don't care. I don't fucking care. All these videos on this app about how in 3 weeks the grocery stores are going to be empty, good. Fucking let that fucking play out. Okay? Take some precautions, but let that shit play out. Farmers on this app boo-hooing because they're losing their farms, fuck all the way off. What did you think was going to happen? Joe Biden bailed you out, then you turned around and voted for Trump. So yeah, I'm glad that all your government grants and bailouts and farmer welfare got taken away from you. And I hope to God a Democrat buys your land and is profitable. Truckers, oh my God, the amount of truckers on my algorithm right now boo-hooing that they don't have any loads, which by the way, at first is kind of funny. But what? 90% of you voted for this. What the fuck did you think was going to happen when he tariffed the whole world and there was going to be no product to move around the country? Hello? Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm scared to death of the fucking shitstorm that we are all about to fucking walk through. And the longevity of those empty shelves fucking keeps me up at night. But the only thing that keeps me going is that any day.
Okay, this is for all the Trump voters, but most notably the Trump farmers that are begging Trump to stop these tariffs and to take these tariffs away. And you're sitting there whining going, oh no, I don't like it that the one that is perceived above me is not listening to me, is not treating me like a partner, is not fulfilling my needs, has taken complete financial control over my life, and I have no say in it. And, you know, he just won't listen to me. And I don't like being treated like that. It's very scary. I don't like it. Well, a message from a vast majority of the women to you, fuck off. You should have learned to pick better. All Trump wants from you is for you to be his peace. And he can't be your peace if you're continually nagging him all the time. You know, nothing Trump can do is good enough in your eyes. No matter how much he does, you're always wrong. It's never enough. You're so damn entitled. Like, it's not enough that the United States gave you all of this land. Now you want him to pay for it? Quit being a gold digger. If you don't stop and you don't keep your mouth quiet, you're going to end up dying alone with your cows. And won't nobody want you.
Farmers for Trump. Farmers for Trump. Y'all might want to get in here. I know you're going to want to get in here for this one. And have a seat while you're at it, because when I finish telling you what I just learned, your knees going to buckle. Okay. One of the first things the Trump administration did when they got in the office was they went against all those deals that the government, the Biden administration made with y'all, with the farmers, right? They reneged on contracts. They didn't bring in the last payment they were supposed to bring in. A lot of y'all are losing y'all farms because of that, right? Because they reneged. There's this company called Acre Trader. I've mentioned this company before. This company, one of the first investors was a guy named J.D. Vance. Yes, the vice president y'all voted into office. J.D. Vance was one of the first investors. Guess who were investing along with J.D. Vance? South Africans. You get where I'm going? South Africans were investors. Many of them. So now fast forward to today. You guys are losing your land, right? Trump just brought and is still bringing over thousands of South Africans. You get where I'm going? He's bringing in thousands of South Africans. Where you think those South Africans gonna end up? Where you think they're going? Acre Trader has confiscated, or you can say purchased, whatever. I think they say it's about over 40,000 acres. The farmers that have already lost your land. I want y'all to do yourself a favor. Drive by. Give it a little minute, but drive by and see who the new owners of your farms are. Gotcha. They got y'all. They got y'all damn good. Do you see this was a plan? You see it was a plan. Now y'all see it. They played y'all the entire time. They've been playing y'all they've been playing y'all before November 4th. They knew what they were going to do when they got in there. All they needed y'all to do was fall for that old okie dokie again. You know that okie dokie that y'all never learned from. Where the wealthy white people use your hatred against black people and tell you that you are better than the most intelligent, most educated black man, while they constantly picking y'all pockets. Well, now they done picked your land up under you. Y'all keep thinking that these rich white people are on y'all side. What you don't understand is the rich white people see y'all the same as they see us. You ain't got money. You're no use to them. You're pawns. They like to move y'all around the board. But on their level, never. In their circle, never. How many of y'all been out to Mar-a-Lago? Farmers. MAGA. How many times y'all been down to Mar-a-Lago? How many times has he actually invited you in his home, in his surroundings? I know how many times he done offered to a price tag for y'all to come see him. But how many times has he ever opened his doors to where he is? You guys would never be in that circle. J.D. Vance was in this company, invested in this company before he even became vice president. Think about that. Now we got all these South Africans coming over here. And if they just so happens to wind up on your land that you lost because they reneged on those contracts, y'all got played. Y'all got faked completely out of your acres. They played y'all to the freaking hilt because you refused to learn this age-old lesson. The rich white man ain't your friend. You are his tool that he uses. That's it. And y'all never learn. Because they know one thing they can pull on y'all. They know that one thing they can dig at that's gonna be always. It's gonna always be paid. It's gonna be pay dirt. Always. And that's that hatred for black people. They know all they gotta do is hammer on that, and they can pick y'all pockets clean. Well, now they done pick y'all out of thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of land. Because you refuse to learn. Hatred never wins. You are so filled with hatred. You're so consumed by it. Nothing means more to you. That is costing you everything you have. And some of y'all, some generational farms are lost, gone. Because y'all just have to have that hatred more than y'all need air. It's sad. But it's funny too, because, you know, they say a fool and his money will soon part. Well, looks like that's so damn true. Y'all refuse to learn, and they keep getting y'all. All these South Africans coming over here. They're going to cut all you MAGA Trump voters here that's been on SNAP benefits, that's had Medicaid, that depends on your Social Security checks, the veteran benefits. All of that is being taken away from you and gift wrapped to these South Africans that's coming. Yeah, they're getting the full benefits of everything. They're going to get housing assistance. They're going to get Social Security. They're going to get free phones. They're going to get SNAP. Everything they cutting from you, they giving to them. They prefer them over y'all. Y'all were just useful tools. That was it. Donald Trump even told y'all at them rallies, I don't care about y'all, I just want you to vote. But y'all looked at him as a comedian instead of a politician. What you should have been doing was using him as your source of entertainment. Y'all should have been going to his shows. But putting your livelihood in his hands, that was the biggest mistake y'all ever made. And the second biggest mistake is not learning from the first one. So, for those of y'all who's lost y'all land, all them Nebraska farmers and all those Iowa farmers and all y'all who went, bum rushed that damn poll and voted for Trump and J.D. Vance. They got y'all. They got y'all. Oh, they played y'all real pretty. When I say they used y'all weakness against you, and who better to know your weakness than your own? So think about it like that. While y'all busy hating us, while y'all busy detesting us, while y'all busy dreaming about unaliving us and watch us bleed and watch us hang, while y'all doing that, you really should be looking at them with that type of hatred, because we can't take from you what they taking from y'all. Even y'all hatred directed at the wrong group. You love your enemy. You are in love with the rich white man. And the rich white man is your enemy. You'll never be on their level. Never. Not in their eyesight. And as you can see, they know they can play y'all like a fiddle. J.D. Vance is paid. The South Africans have a way paved for them to come into acres and acres of land that used to be held by Americans. So what are y'all going to do when they start deporting y'all off? So you never thought it was going to come to your doorstep, did you? Oh, it's on its way. It's on its way. You didn't vote just for our demise. You didn't know it, but you were voting for your own. And it's here. Go in and look at it. Go research it. Look into it. See when J.D. Vance, how much of a part of Acres Trader J.D. Vance is. And then look and see how many South African investors there are. And then I want you to come back and tell me with one big old smile on your face, is it great again yet?
So these guys legit voted for the current administration, forgetting the fact that this other administration that just passed were the ones that helped them with their funding, the grants, promised them the grants. I don't know if you guys remember the farmer in Missouri who was complaining about how he's about to lose his family farm for over 150 years. Like, this farm has always been in your family lineage, and it got to you. Now you're about to lose it because you decided to vote for somebody who promised to take away everything from you. Somebody who promised you that he was never going to, he's going to cut waste and all of that. You didn't know that waste was, your grant was part of the waste they were going to cut. You didn't think about it. And some of you didn't think about the whole tariff system, how it's going to impact your business, either negatively or positively. You guys didn't really look at it in any direction. What you just knew is that you wanted the whole immigrants out, you wanted the tariff. Yes, China is going to pay for this, China is going to pay for that, forgetting that everything will affect you. If China has to pay more, you also have to pay more, right? If they're importing anything, from your country, any farm produce, you are the ones that will be affected mostly. But you didn't think about that, right? And now you have farmers who are also looking for people that will come and work in their farms because they voted against the immigrants that were working in their farms. Now they need people of color to come help them work, and that's why they're opening up their farmland and asking for $11. They're going to be giving you $11 per hour. Why don't you guys look for your white folks to go into the farm and help you in the whole farm process? Because exactly why did you vote against your own interests? You knew that most of the people who work for you are immigrants. So because this present administration promised you that they will be sending out immigrants that are undocumented out of the country, you didn't think twice. You were all there screaming and hailing them, forgetting that your farm will be affected by the time these immigrants are being sent back home. And a lot of immigrants are not scared to even come out of their houses or even go to the farm to go work because they might be surrounded, just like those immigrants were surrounded at the construction site the other day. ICE came there and surrounded them, picked up, I think about 2 of them, and left. So you guys forgot that what goes around, find a way to comes back to you. You did not think about that, and right now you are finding out that you made a huge mistake. I saw a farmer video who was talking about how he didn't know this was going to happen so soon. He knew it was going to happen, but he didn't know it was going to affect him so soon or even affect him at all. And I was just wondering, like, you are okay if it affects other people, but you're not okay if it affects you. You don't want it to come close to you. You don't want tariff to come close to you. You don't want all of this around you, but you're okay if other people get affected. And now you are looking for help from people that you don't like, people you don't want around you in the first place. You need them to come help work in your farms. Who were you expecting to come to the farm to work for you in the first place? Who? Who exactly were you guys expecting to come work in that farm? If not, people of color, because they are the only ones who will not be picked up by ICE since they have legal stay in the country. Now that immigrants are going back to wherever they're coming from. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let's have that conversation in the comment section, right? Let me know what you think about these farmers who are crying out wolf in the on TikTok, forgetting that they are the reason why all of these things are coming to them. Share your thoughts with me. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video, guys. Thank you and bye.